Hi, everyone, and welcome to Chill Talk English. I'm Henry.
And I'm Emma. Today, we're talking about something useful for friendships.
Giving advice in English can be tricky, especially when you want to help a friend.
I remember when my friend asked for my advice about her job interview. I wanted to help but didn't know what to say.
Oh no, what happened?
I just said, "Good luck," over and over. It wasn't helpful at all. She looked confused.
I had a similar experience when my roommate asked me for study advice. I didn't know how to give good suggestions.
It's frustrating when you want to help but don't have the right words.
That's why today we're going to help you with essential advice-giving phrases.
These phrases will make your friendships stronger and more helpful.
So why should you listen to today's episode? First, you'll feel more confident giving advice.
Second, you'll learn practical phrases that you can use right away.
And third, you'll be ready for real-life conversations with friends who need help.
These phrases can help you support friends in any situation.
Learning English is like building a bridge, one phrase at a time.
Today, we're adding some important support phrases to your friendship language bridge.
With these phrases, you can go from silent support to helpful guidance. I remember when I was 19, my friend was having problems with his girlfriend. I wanted to help but didn't know what to say.
Oh no, did you give him any advice?
Not really. I just said, talk to her, without explaining how. It wasn't helpful at all.
That's why learning advice English is so important, even for young people.
Now I can help others who might not know how to support their friends.
I had a friend who didn't help another friend because she didn't know how to give advice properly.
Was that difficult for her?
Very. She felt bad that she couldn't be more helpful. Their friendship suffered because of it.
That's exactly why we're creating this episode today, to help friends support each other better.
Today, we'll cover 4 important advice situations.
First, we'll learn phrases for giving direct advice.
Second, we'll practice giving suggestions and alternatives.
Third, we'll learn useful phrases for giving gentle advice.
And finally, we'll cover how to respond when someone gives you advice.
Each section will have guided response, role plays, a short story, and guided practice.
We'll make it fun and easy so you can use these phrases in real life.
At the end, we have a quick quiz to test what you've learned.
Plus, we'll give you a challenge to practice using these phrases.
Make sure to listen carefully for our quick quiz at the end of the episode.
It's a fun way to check how much you've learned.
You might be surprised at how many phrases you remember.
It's like a little game to test your knowledge.
If you enjoy today's episode, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel.
That helps more people find Chill Talk English and learn with us.
You can also share this episode with friends who want to learn English.
Let's get started with our first scene.
Scene 1. Giving direct advice. Guided response.
Welcome to our first scene. We're focusing on how to give direct advice in English.
Let's learn some useful phrases for giving clear advice to friends.
First, if you want to give direct advice, you can say,
You should.
or
I think you should.
if you want to suggest something strongly, you can say,
You must.
or
It's important to.
if you want to emphasize something, you can say,
Definitely.
or
Absolutely.
if you want to give a strong recommendation, you can say,
I strongly recommend.
or
My advice is.
remember to be kind but clear when giving direct advice.
Excellent. These phrases will help you give direct advice confidently.
Let's move on to some role plays to see how these phrases work in real conversations.
Role play. Now let's practice with a role play. I'll be the friend with a problem, and Emma will give advice.
You look worried. What's wrong?
I have a job interview tomorrow. I'm so nervous.
You should prepare some answers for common questions.
That's a good idea. I think I should practice with a friend.
Definitely. Practice will make you feel more confident.
What else should I do?
It's important to dress professionally. Wear your best clothes.
I will. Thank you for your help.
My advice is to arrive early. Don't be late for the interview.
That's great advice. I feel better already.
Absolutely. You'll do great. Just be yourself.
Thank you. I feel more confident now. Great job with the role plays. Let's move on.
Up next, we have a short story. As you listen, try to notice how the advice phrases you just learned appear naturally in the story.
Our story today is called Lily's Job Interview.
Lily sat nervously at her kitchen table, looking at her laptop screen. It was her first job interview after college, and her hands were shaking with anxiety.
What if I mess up? She asked her roommate Ben, who was making coffee. I really want this job.
You should prepare some answers for common questions, Ben said kindly, placing a steaming mug of coffee in front of her.
Lily nodded. I think I should practice with you. Can we do a mock interview?
Definitely, Ben agreed, pulling up a chair. Practice will make you feel more confident.
What else should I do? Lily asked, biting her lip nervously.
It's important to dress professionally, Ben advised. Wear your best clothes. First impressions matter.
I will, Lily promised. Thank you for your help. I'm so nervous.
My advice is to arrive early, Ben continued. Don't be late for the interview. Being punctual shows respect.
Lily took a deep breath. That's great advice. I feel better already.
Absolutely. You'll do great, Ben encouraged her. Just be yourself. They want to know the real you.
As Ben left to get her space, Lily felt her anxiety lessen. She had a clear plan now.
The next day, Lily arrived at the interview early, dressed professionally and feeling prepared.
When the interviewer asked her questions, she answered confidently, remembering Ben's advice.
You're hired, the interviewer said with a smile at the end of the conversation.
Lily couldn't believe it. She had gotten the job. She immediately called Ben to share the good news.
I told you you'd do great, Ben exclaimed happily.
Your advice really helped.
It did, Lily agreed. Thank you for being such a good friend.
That's what friends are for, Ben replied. Now you can help me with my math exam.
Lily laughed. Definitely. I'll help you study after work.
As they made plans, Lily felt grateful for good friends and good advice.
Did you hear the advice phrases, you should, I think you should, definitely, it's important to, and my advice is? Try to remember how they were used.
Great listening. Now let's take those same phrases and practice saying them together. It's time for some shadowing practice, where you can repeat the phrases after us. Shadowing practice. This time, it's your turn. I'll say a phrase and you repeat after me. Remember to copy my pronunciation and intonation. Try saying it out loud yourself, pausing after you hear each phrase.
You should prepare for the interview.
You should prepare for the interview.
I think you should practice with a friend.
I think you should practice with a friend.
Definitely. Practice will help you.
Definitely, practice will help you.
It's important to dress professionally.
It's important to dress professionally.
My advice is to arrive early.
My advice is to arrive early.
Absolutely, you can do this.
Absolutely, you can do this.
You must believe in yourself.
You must believe in yourself.
Great job practicing these phrases. They'll help you give direct advice to friends.
Excellent work. When you practice these phrases, imagine you're talking to a real friend who needs help. Scene 2. Giving suggestions and alternatives, guided response.
Welcome to our second scene. We're focusing on how to give suggestions and alternatives in English.
Let's learn some useful phrases for offering different options to friends.
First, if you want to suggest trying something, you can say,
Have you tried?
or
What about trying?
if you want to offer alternatives, you can say,
Maybe you could.
or
Perhaps you might.
if you want to suggest another option, you can say,
Another idea is,
or
you could also.
if you want to make a gentle suggestion, you can say,
It might help to.
or
Perhaps you could consider.
remember to be open and flexible when giving suggestions.
Excellent. These phrases will help you offer helpful alternatives.
Let's move on to some role plays to see how these phrases work in real conversations.
Role play. Now let's practice with a role play. I'll be the friend with a problem, and Emma will give suggestions.
Role play. Now let's practice with a role play. I'll be the friend with a problem, and Emma will give suggestions.
You seem stressed. What's wrong?
I'm having trouble sleeping at night.
Have you tried drinking warm milk before bed?
No, I haven't. That might help.
What about trying meditation? It relaxes your mind.
I don't know how to meditate. Maybe you could show me?
Another idea is reading a boring book. It makes me sleepy.
That's a good suggestion. You could also try white noise.
It might help to go to bed at the same time every night.
That makes sense. Perhaps you could consider avoiding screens too.
Definitely. Small changes can make a big difference.
Thank you for your suggestions. I feel better already.
Great job with the role plays. Let's move on.
Up next, we have a short story. As you listen, try to notice how the suggestion phrases you just learned appear naturally in the story.
Our story today is called Carlos's Sleep Problem.
Carlos walked into the university library looking exhausted. Dark circles under his eyes made him look like a raccoon. It was his third all-nighter this week, and he was barely functioning.
You look terrible, his friend Maya said, looking up from her textbook. Did you stay up all night again?
Carlos nodded, rubbing his eyes. I can't sleep. I lie in bed for hours, but my mind won't stop.
Have you tried drinking chamomile tea before bed? Maya suggested gently. It helps me relax.
No, I haven't, Carlos said thoughtfully. What about trying a warm bath? I heard that helps some people.
That's a good idea, Maya nodded. Another idea is putting your phone in another room. The blue light keeps your brain awake.
I sleep with my phone next to me, Carlos admitted. Maybe I could try leaving it in the living room.
You could also try a white noise app, Maya suggested. It masks distracting sounds.
I don't have one of those, Carlos said. It might help to go to bed at the same time every night, too.
Definitely, Maya agreed. Perhaps you could consider turning off screens an hour before bed?
Carlos sighed. I'm always on my laptop for homework. How can I avoid that?
Set a specific time to stop working, Maya advised. Your brain needs time to wind down.
That makes sense, Carlos said, looking less stressed. I'll try these suggestions.
Small changes can make a big difference, Maya smiled reassuringly.
As Carlos left the library, he felt hopeful for the first time in weeks. Maybe he could finally get some good sleep.
That night, he tried Maya's suggestions. He drank chamomile tea, left his phone in the living room, and went to bed at 10 p.m.
To his surprise, he fell asleep quickly and stayed asleep all night. When he woke up, he felt refreshed and ready for the day.
Carlos immediately texted Maya to thank her. Your suggestions worked. I slept for 8 hours straight.
Maya beamed with pride. I'm so glad. Remember, consistency is key. Keep doing these things.
I will, Carlos promised. You're the best friend ever.
That's what friends are for, Maya replied. Now, can you help me with my chemistry homework?
Carlos laughed. Absolutely. But let's finish early tonight so we can both get some sleep.
As they made plans to study together, Carlos felt grateful for good friends and good suggestions.
Did you hear the suggestion phrases? Have you tried? What about trying? Maybe you could. Another idea is, and it might help too.
Great listening. Now, let's take those same phrases and practice saying them together. It's time for some shadowing practice, where you can repeat the phrases after us. It's time for some shadowing practice.
Your turn. I'll say each phrase and you copy me. Focus on the rhythm and tone. Pause and speak out loud after each phrase.
Have you tried drinking tea?
Have you tried drinking tea?
What about trying meditation?
What about trying meditation?
Maybe you could exercise more.
Maybe you could exercise more.
Another idea is reading books.
Another idea is reading books.
You could also try therapy.
You could also try therapy.
It might help to talk to someone.
It might help to talk to someone.
Perhaps you could consider changing habits.
Perhaps you could consider changing habits.
Great job practicing these phrases. They'll help you give helpful suggestions.
Excellent work. When you practice these phrases, think about times you've helped friends with their problems. Scene 3. Giving gentle advice, guided response.
Welcome to our third scene. We're focusing on how to give gentle advice in English.
Let's learn some useful phrases for offering advice in a soft, non-direct way.
First, if you want to give gentle advice, you can say,
Maybe you could.
or,
Perhaps you might consider.
If you want to suggest something indirectly, you can say,
Some people find it helpful to.
or.
I've heard that.
If you want to give advice as a question, you can say,
Have you thought about?
or.
Would it be possible to?
If you want to make a soft suggestion, you can say,
It might be worth trying.
or.
You might want to consider.
Remember to be respectful and gentle when giving advice this way.
Excellent. These phrases will help you give advice without being too direct.
Let's move on to some role plays to see how these phrases work in real conversations.
Role play. Now let's practice with a role play. I'll be the friend with a problem, and Emma will give gentle advice.
You seem upset. What's wrong?
My friend borrowed my book and it's damaged now.
Maybe you could talk to her about it.
I'm afraid she'll be angry with me.
Perhaps you might consider how she would feel if the roles were reversed.
That's true. I haven't thought about that.
Some people find it helpful to use I statements, like, I feel sad when.
That's a good idea. I've heard that works better than blaming.
Have you thought about giving her a chance to explain?
No, I just assumed she didn't care.
Would it be possible to hear her side of the story first?
You're right. It might be worth trying to understand her perspective.
You might want to consider giving her another chance.
I will. Thank you for helping me think this through. Great job with the role plays. Let's move on.
Up next, we have a short story. As you listen, try to notice how the gentle advice phrases you just learned appear naturally in the story.
Our story today is called Anna's Friendship Problem.
Anna sat alone in the school cafeteria, picking at her food. Her best friend Maya had canceled their plans for the third time this week, and Anna was hurt.
What's wrong? Asked her classmate Jake, sitting down beside her. You look sad.
Maya keeps canceling our plans, Anna whispered. I don't know what to do.
Maybe you could talk to her about how you feel? Jake suggested gently.
Anna sighed. I'm afraid she'll be angry with me. We've been friends since kindergarten.
Perhaps you might consider how she would feel if the roles were reversed, Jake offered thoughtfully.
That's true, Anna nodded. I haven't thought about it from her perspective.
Some people find it helpful to use I statements when talking about feelings, Jake explained kindly, like, I feel sad when plans change.
I've heard that works better than blaming, Anna said, thinking it over. Have you thought about asking Maya what's been going on?
Anna shook her head. No, I just assumed she didn't care about our friendship anymore. Would it be possible to give her a chance to explain? Jake asked gently.
You're right, Anna said, her expression softening. It might be worth trying to understand her situation.
You might want to consider talking to her before making assumptions, Jake suggested kindly.
Anna nodded. I will. Thank you for helping me think this through.
The next day, Anna approached Maya cautiously. Maya, I feel sad when our plans change, she said softly.
Ms. eyes widened. I'm so sorry, she said immediately. My mom has been sick, and I've been helping with her care.
Anna felt a wave of guilt. I didn't know. I should have asked how you were doing.
That's what friends are for, Maya smiled. Let's reschedule our movie night for Friday.
Definitely, Anna agreed happily. I'd love to.
As they made plans, Anna felt grateful for good friends and gentle advice.
Did you hear the gentle advice phrases? Maybe you could. Perhaps you might consider. Some people find it helpful to. Have you thought about, and it might be worth trying. Try to remember how they were used.
Great listening. Now, let's take those same phrases and practice saying them together. It's time for some shadowing practice, where you can repeat the phrases after us.
Shadowing practice. Now it's all yours. Copy my words and my intonation. Speak aloud after each phrase, just like in real conversation.
Maybe you could try a different approach.
Maybe you could try a different approach.
Perhaps you might consider talking to them.
Perhaps you might consider talking to them.
Some people find it helpful to listen more.
Some people find it helpful to listen more.
I've heard that works better.
I've heard that works better.
Have you thought about their feelings?
Have you thought about their feelings?
Would it be possible to understand them?
Would it be possible to understand them?
It might be worth trying again.
It might be worth trying again.
You might want to consider forgiving.
You might want to consider forgiving. Great job practicing these phrases. They'll help you give gentle advice.
Excellent work. When you practice these phrases, imagine you're helping a friend with a sensitive issue.
Scene 4. Responding to advice. Guided response.
Welcome to our fourth and final scene. We're focusing on how to respond when someone gives you advice.
Let's learn some useful phrases for responding to advice in different ways.
First, if you want to accept advice, you can say,
That's a good idea.
or
You're right. I'll try that.
if you want to consider advice, you can say,
I'll think about that.
or
That's something to consider.
if you want to politely decline advice, you can say,
I appreciate your suggestion, but
or
thank you, but I think I'll...
if you want more information, you can say,
Could you tell me more about that?
or
How would I do that?
if you want to thank someone for advice, you can say,
Thank you for your advice.
or
I appreciate your help.
remember to be polite and respectful when responding to advice.
Excellent. These phrases will help you respond to advice appropriately.
Let's move on to some role plays to see how these phrases work in real conversations.
Role play. Now, let's practice with a role play. I'll be giving advice, and Emma will respond. You seem stressed about your presentation. Have you tried practicing in front of a mirror?
That's a good idea. I'll try that.
Maybe you could record yourself and watch it back.
I'll think about that. It might help me see my mistakes.
Some people find it helpful to practice with a friend.
That's something to consider. My friend offered to help me practice.
You should try to get a good night's sleep before the presentation.
I appreciate your suggestion, but I have a lot to study tonight.
Perhaps you could study earlier in the day.
Thank you, but I think I'll study tonight and rest tomorrow.
It might help to arrive early to check the equipment.
Could you tell me more about that? How would I do that?
You can visit the room the day before to see the setup.
Thank you for your advice. I appreciate your help.
Great job with the role plays. Let's move on.
Up next, we have a short story. As you listen, try to notice how the response phrases you just learned appear naturally in the story.
Our story today is called Mark's Presentation Challenge.
Mark paced nervously in his dorm room, glancing at the clock every few seconds. His big presentation was in 2 hours, and he felt completely unprepared.
You look worried, said his roommate Tom, entering the room. What's wrong?
I have to give a presentation to my whole class, Mark said, running a hand through his hair. I'm terrified of public speaking.
Have you tried practicing in front of a mirror? Tom asked kindly.
That's a good idea, Mark nodded. I'll try that right now.
Maybe you could record yourself and watch it back, Tom suggested. That helped me a lot.
I'll think about that, Mark said. It might help me see my mistakes.
Some people find it helpful to practice with a friend, Tom offered. Would you like me to listen to your presentation?
That's something to consider, Mark said thoughtfully. My friend Sarah offered to help me practice too.
You should try to get a good night's sleep before important presentations, Tom advised.
I appreciate your suggestion, but I have a lot to study tonight, Mark sighed.
Perhaps you could study earlier in the day, Tom suggested gently.
Thank you, but I think I'll study tonight and rest tomorrow, Mark decided. It's the only way I can finish.
It might help to arrive early to check the equipment, Tom said helpfully.
Could you tell me more about that? How would I do that?
Mark asked, looking relieved. You can visit the room the day before to see the setup, Tom explained, or arrive early on presentation day to test the microphone and slides.
Thank you for your advice, Mark said, looking much calmer. I appreciate your help so much.
That's what friends are for, Tom smiled. Now, how about we practice your presentation together?
Yes, please, Mark agreed, feeling more confident. Your advice really helped.
As they began practicing, Mark felt his anxiety lessen. With good friends and good advice, he was ready for his presentation.
The next day, Mark arrived early as Tom suggested, checked the equipment, and gave a confident presentation to his class.
When it was over, his classmates clapped enthusiastically. His professor even complimented him on his excellent delivery.
Mark immediately called Tom to share the good news. Your advice worked. I did great.
I'm so proud of you, Tom said happily. See, preparation makes perfect.
Thank you for being such a good friend, Mark said sincerely.
Anytime, Tom replied. Now, can you help me with my history essay?
Mark laughed. Absolutely. And I'll use your advice to make it perfect.
As they made plans to study together, Mark felt grateful for good friends and good advice. Did you hear the response phrases, "That's a good idea," "I'll think about that," "I appreciate your suggestion, but," "Thank you, but I think all," and "Thank you for your advice"?
Great listening. Now, let's take those same phrases and practice saying them together. It's time for some shadowing practice where you can repeat the phrases after us.
Shadowing practice. Repeat after me. I'll model each phrase, pause, then say it with confidence, just like you're speaking to a real person.
That's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
You're right. I'll try that.
You're right. I'll try that.
I'll think about that.
I'll think about that.
That's something to consider.
That's something to consider.
I appreciate your suggestion, but...
I appreciate your suggestion, but...
Thank you, but I think I'll...
Thank you, but I think all.
Could you tell me more about that?
Could you tell me more about that?
How would I do that?
How would I do that?
Thank you for your advice.
Thank you for your advice.
I appreciate your help.
I appreciate your help.
Great job practicing these phrases. They'll help you respond to advice appropriately.
Excellent work. When you practice these phrases, imagine you're in a real conversation with someone giving you advice. Now, let's move on to the vocabulary and phrase breakdown. We'll go over some important words and phrases from these scenes.
Direct advice. Clear and straightforward suggestions. Example, you should study for the test. This is direct advice.
Suggestions, ideas or alternatives to consider. Example, have you tried studying with a friend? This is a suggestion.
Gentle advice. Soft, indirect suggestions that respect the other person's choices. Example, perhaps you might consider a different approach. This is gentle advice.
Respond to advice. Answer or reply when someone gives you suggestions. Example, thank you for your advice, I'll think about it. This is responding to advice.
Accept advice. Agree to follow someone's suggestions. Example, that's a good idea. I'll try that. This is accepting advice.
Now, let's test your understanding with a quick quiz.
We'll ask you some questions about real advice situations. Listen carefully and choose the best answer. Check if your answer is correct with the answers given in the comments section of this video. Ready? Let's start.
Question 1. What phrase would you use to give direct advice? Options. A. Maybe you could. B. You should. C. I've heard that. Question 2. How do you suggest trying something as an alternative?
Options. A. You must.
B. What about trying?
C. Definitely.
C. Definitely. Question 3. What phrase would you use to give gentle advice? Options. A. You should. B. Perhaps you might consider. C. I strongly recommend. Question 4. How do you politely decline advice? Options: A. That's a good idea. B. Thank you, but I think I'll. C. I'll try that right away. Question 5. How do you thank someone for advice? Options: A. You're wrong. B. I don't need your help. C. Thank you for your advice. Great work, everyone! Let's do a quick recap of what we learned in this episode.
Wow, what a helpful journey we've had today. From direct advice to responding to suggestions, we've learned so many useful phrases for giving and receiving advice.
That's right. Now you know how to give direct advice, offer suggestions, give gentle advice, and respond appropriately when someone gives you advice.
We also practiced role plays, stories, and shadowing so you can use these phrases in real-life situations.
Remember, learning English is like building a bridge, one phrase at a time. And today, we added many helpful support phrases to your friendship language bridge.
Next time a friend needs help, you'll know exactly what to say to support them.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of Chill Talk English. Keep practicing, keep supporting, and get ready for stronger friendships.
Before we finish, we have a listener challenge for you.
We want you to post a short comment giving advice to a friend using 2 phrases you learned today. For example, you should talk to your friend. I think you should explain how you feel.
It's a great way to practice what you've learned and share with other learners.
Let's quickly recap the key phrases we've learned so far. For direct advice, you should, and I think you should.
For suggestions, have you tried? And what about trying?
For gentle advice, maybe you could, and perhaps you might consider.
For responding to advice, that's a good idea. And thank you for your advice.
These phrases will help you support friends and respond to advice with confidence.
Thanks for joining us today on Chill Talk English. We hope you found these advice-giving phrases helpful.
If you enjoyed this episode, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel.
You can also share this episode with friends who want to learn English.
Next time, we'll be talking about English for making plans and appointments.
Until then, keep practicing your English every day. Remember, small steps lead to big progress.
Goodbye, everyone, and enjoy helping your friends.